Alright, guys. We're going to do something a little new because I realised I have not put up a lot of content on the gaming channel. Much at all, to be honest. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to talk about Inside Star Citizen. We're going to touch on the topics that have been discussed. I am joined by John and Fez. Say hi, guys.
What's up?
Fez?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Or Idris in your
great.
case. Yeah.
Kraken.
Kraken, alright. Give Kraken, alright. But yeah, guys, we're going to go through, we're going to break down what happened on Inside Star Citizen, let you know what some of the things are, some of the things you might have missed, because there was an Easter egg, and I am going to be at Star Citizen Live. Oh, that Easter egg, that was a nice thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to break it all down. So the first thing we want to talk about is the new HUD. Right, because all this stuff with like count discount stuff, while it's funny, it's not really going to bring anything to the game, right?
I still loved it.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, we loved it too. Alright, so let's start on the new HUD and let's pause it on this frame. Do we want to talk about the elephant in the room, which is up in the top hand left hand corner, which looks a lot like a map?
Oh, that's just a giant mosquito.
Giant mosquito. Okay, Fez says giant mosquito. John, what do you say? Map or giant mosquito?
Map.
Map. Okay. I'd say it's
Damn.
a giant mosquito too. So there we go. We got giant mosquito. Giant mosquito for $200. No, but guys, seriously. But seriously, it looks like a map, right? And it's interesting the fact that the map went away as soon as you got in the seat. So yeah. That looks like it might be the new visor that goes on the new HUD. I don't know. We heard about a map like, what, 12, 18 months ago, 2 years ago? We heard they were working on it. But we hadn't seen anything or heard about it since. But yeah, when they keep through and they play, obviously he's sitting in the seat now, and then obviously that comes up and it disappears. So I'm not sure if it was supposed to be there. I'm not sure if they accidentally left it in. Or they do say they put things in to obviously go through and, you know, like Easter eggs, so maybe it's supposed to be there. But obviously, guys, we'll keep going through the video. And we do have here what is the Aegis interface, which, goddamn, looks sexy as, and I might need to go change my shorts. But yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on the new HUD display for Aegis? Did you like it, hate it? What's your thoughts?
I actually rather like it.
Yeah? Fez, what do you think? Compared to the old one, which is currently on the screen at the moment, what do you think? You like it? You hate it?
I found it very crisp and very... it looks very modern and updated, which is something that I absolutely love about it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was something taken out of the movies.
Yeah.
It just looks absolutely beautiful.
That's what I was going to say. It very much looks like it's something from Iron Man. They did reference Iron Man. They said that it was something that obviously it's something that, you know, it says, oh, it's supposed to be on the screen for 2 minutes, bro. Our game's got to be forever. Okay, yeah, we get that. But it does look very, very crisp. It looks very sharp, and it looks very futuristic too, which is obviously something that CIG have always copped a little bit of flack for. You know, they've always been copped the fact that, you know, hey, you know, we're supposed to be 900 years in the future and we're still using push buttons. Also, we're now getting a compass. Thank frigging God for that. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are excited for a compass or not, but like it's going to make navigating so much easier. Like, for example, people are going to be able to say, like, go to this point and then turn to this degree and fly for 200 kilometers or whatever it may be, right? So we're going to be at, like, Bernie Hedge. We had problems finding Bernie Hedge.
Oh, it also would make being able to tell like what time it is on like a planet easier. Assuming it on this planet rises in the east and sets in the west.
Oh yeah. You could do this the whole time by the sure. Apart from that, obviously, besides finding landmarks, finding locations, time of day, That's all it's going to really bring, I believe, but that in itself is definitely made its worth of weight in gold.
Also,
Yep.
and also one other thing. Did you see um in the video where they showed uh trying to figure out how to say it, like they showed a bunch of the 3D directional lines, and they were going through the cockpit. Um, Here, I'm sending you a thing to it now. That right there, I feel like that was a pretty it was pretty cool, and in a way, it kind of makes you realize how small you actually really are.
Yeah, so you're thinking that might be some sort of trajectory to let you know, like, how you're traveling or something, maybe.
Um, I was more thinking along the lines of your cockpit becoming transparent in a way to where, say, you're having a problem finding the landing splines. With this now, you could see them through the bottom of your ship, well, because it's now transparent.
Ah,
And
right, yeah.
you see, okay, it's down there. You just have to move down there now.
Right, yeah, so you're saying that the overlay will actually overwrite some of the actual hull so that you'll be able to see the
Yeah,
stuff that's necessarily been blocked in the existing UI. Yeah, I could definitely see
exactly.
that. Yeah, I could definitely
That
see
would
that.
be awesome.
Yeah. Now, look, at the end of the day, obviously this new UI is freaking amazing. Like, obviously we have a compass now, which is fantastic. We also have sort of like layers where, like, for example, when they fire the missile here, you actually see, like, I was just trying to find it on the video. You actually see, like, it actually comes in like waves, like layered waves. Let me see if I can find, like, when he gets the lock. It's I think it's just about here. No, that's when they're talking about the thing. It might be further on. Here it is here. So this layer here, when they're getting a target lock at 8 minutes and 25 to 29 seconds, you see that layer, that sort of those layers coming in over the top of your HUD. That looks pretty cool as well. But obviously, at the end of the day, we also have, what was that image you just sent me?
That one right there is another thing. Mm, mm, it would be pretty cool if we could have a map sort of like each of that.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
like for a example, say we could pull up sections of the map on the main like holo viewer on the Idris' bridge. That would be awesome.
Well, I think
If it was something like that.
they want to do that, don't they? As far as I know, that's what they want to do in the future. But the thing is that obviously they're very much waiting for anybody that's playing along at home. That's what we're talking about there. That sort of stuff is very much something that'll be coming with building blocks, and obviously they're still building blocks. Try to say that 5 times fast. They're still building blocks. So at the end of the day, I think some of this sort of stuff later, or some sort of territory scanner, even, for example, that in itself, or some sort of radar that you could put on a base or something like that. That would be cool. But that sort of stuff is obviously later in the track. But yeah. But like I say, look, obviously as for the HUD itself, obviously the building blocks resources it's limitless. It really does make a huge difference to gameplay. Like obviously we've got the compass we've touched on. We then have the core of the flight screen, which has got all your throttle controls and your speeds and stuff like that, which they've said is larger. It's actually wider than it is now. You also have up the top, you have the 3 options that let you know about your ECM, your stealth gameplay. Then below that, you have the 2 buttons, 2 little globes that let you know about your actual velocity in space. And then down below that, you have your things like your landing gear, your coupled mode, your chaff and that on your right hand side, stuff like that. So I don't know. I really, really like this new HUD. I think it's absolutely amazing. I think they've done an amazing job with it. But I don't know. Is there anything you guys want to add about HUD or?
I would love to see a new like HUD for the Tavaran ships. That would be interesting.
Yeah, well, they've said that they're going to go through and rework the HUDs now. So, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be curious to see what the Crusader Industries HUDs look like.
True, that would be kind of interesting to see as well.
Because I mean, we have the MSR come now soon.
Star Runner.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, is the Star Runner going to have the new HUD, or is it still going to be the old HUD? I suspect it's going to be the old HUD.
Yeah, probably because they just got done working on Aegis, which means they probably didn't have enough time to go through and completely redo freaking other manufacturers yet.
But here's a question for you. Do you think this is why the Star Runner has been delayed?
That might be a possibility, because if they can get it done right now, they have it done for the Hercules line and whatever other Crusader Industries ships they decide to do.
We know the Star Runner is done. There's only 6 tasks left. It's not like they haven't released a ship with like 6 tasks left or whatever. 6 tasks could be a lighting pass, right? What if one of those tasks, and I've said this to Fez before, what if the reason we don't have the Star Runner is because of a blocker? This is the blocker.
Yeah.
They're thinking, we could release the Star Runner now, sure, but if we put it off a month, we could release it with the new HUD.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'd rather wait, personally, for the new HUD.
Yeah, me too, actually.
As good as that sounds, for some reason, I feel like that's not the case, but if you think about it, it would make a sense, but I feel like that's just not the case.
The first Crusader ship they want in Star Citizen, the first Crusader ship that's going to be off the drawing board and end a game. Do you think Chris might be sitting there thinking, we want the HUD, we want the new HUD?
Well, yeah, but you see, there was a ship that was released almost a year ago, and everybody wanted that ship to be perfect. And CIG releases it, and it's missing a few things. And that ship would be everybody's love child, the Serenity itself, the Kraken, which is still missing its antennas. And last I heard, the armor platings over the bridge canopy were decided to be removed because they were giving CIG too much problems.
They didn't remove it. They have redesigned it, and they're not sure what they're going to be doing with it, because the existing system, when they originally concepted it, was like a roller shutter, and the problem is that the angles and that the way the canopy is on the ship name, I've forgotten the ship's name. Help me out here, guys.
There?
Sorry, the Carrack, that's right. So the problem with the canopy on the Carrack... Sorry, I don't use the ship. And I've got a splitting migraine.
I love it, so...
Yeah,
I mean,
the problem with the Carrack...
I do too.
The problem with the Carrack's migraine... The problem with the Carrack's cockpit is that the fact that it's the way that the windows are sloped. It causes problems with those rudder shutter ideas. Now...
Yeah.
You know, that's why they've had to delay that, because they're not sure how to do it, to be honest. So, yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, but something like, for example, the roller shutters on the Carrack, that's hugely more and infinitely more harder to do than putting in the new HUD for the Mercury Star Runner.
Yeah.
Right, but what about the antennas? I mean, that's hard. How?
Well, the antennas. Why were the antennas not put in? That was because they were just adding too much to the width, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know why they were left out. All that I know is that they aren't in. CIG made a comment sometime recently that they have finished them and that they're going to be putting them in soon. Whenever that is, because the CIG likes to say soon, and it could be anywhere from now and 6 months. Who knows?
Maybe they needed the antennas to be bendy.
I mean, they could just have them just fold into the ship's hull for all I care. I mean, I don't care.
But,
anyway,
like I say, that stuff is infinitely more harder to do than a HUD that's already been designed.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm not saying that it's not hard, and I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I'm just saying that in this case, it kind of sounds too good to be true.
I don't know. I want to put... If I had to put money down on it, I would say the reason we don't have the Star Runner is because they're wanting the new HUD. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. There's no reason why the Star Runner has been delayed, except for the fact that there is a blocker, and I reckon that blocker is this HUD. I bet you the next thing that goes done, the next HUD they're doing after Aegis, I bet you it's Crusader.
Yeah, because I mean, like, look at all the Crusader ships they have in the pipeline for like the next couple months. It's just like, you know, you might as well do it now, and it also gives them something to. It might also help them sell more of these come the expo later on this month. Yeah,
everybody was saying the reason why the Star Runner has been delayed is because of the expo, and I said several times I don't think that's true. I think there's a blocker, and
it might be a combination of the two. I mean, could they shove it out the door without the HUD? Probably.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be... But you got to remember, Chris is a perfectionist, too.
Yeah.
So
yes, I got that.
We're all very aware of how much of a perfectionist Chris is.
Yeah.
But we should probably...
Is that why they keep up releasing ships with half of... with half of its features?
No, they're releasing half the features because those features need to be designed. There's a vast...
a joke.
I know, but for the people playing along at home who take you seriously, the reason why is because at the end of the day, those features need to be designed. Like, for example, the holo viewer that's in the Carrack, for example, right? The reason why that doesn't work is because that feature has not been tied in yet. It has not been designed.
Wait, the Carrack has a holo feature?
Yeah, there's a holo map up on the top bridge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh, you mean the cartography room?
Yeah, the cartography room.
That has, like, the star map system?
Yep, exactly what I'm talking about, yep.
Okay.
I wanted to say, I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no holo room anywhere.
Well, it's a hologram of the universe.
No, something
you mean the solar system?
Yeah, whatever.
Something like that.
Whatever it's going to do, yeah. All right, so we should probably keep moving. Obviously, the next major thing that they touched on, obviously, was the power management system. What are your guys' thoughts on this power management system? I liked it. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's definitely going to make engineers a skill, as I was saying earlier in the year. They were saying this earlier in the year, that engineers are definitely going to have to be something that is a skill. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Hate it?
I like it because it adds a bit more depth to the to systems, and it actually gives that that engineer like there's actually a purpose for having that person there. You know, like right now, I just don't see the point in having an engineer. You know.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong. I don't. There really isn't the way things stand at the moment.
No. At the moment, the engineers really don't do a lot. Fez, what are your thoughts?
I feel like it's going to give us another gameplay loop, at least for people who don't like to engage in PvP fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at using. It would be a nice thing to like have in the game um after after like having the same loops in the game for so long. It would be nice to have something different now.
I like the relays. I think the relays are going to be something that's both physical and something that you can do on a computer. So I think that, for example, they said about sabotage, destroying relays. I think you're going to be able to walk around, like the hammerhead, for example, using that because that's what's in the video. You go around the hammerhead and literally shoot out relays and blow up relays. And I think then your engineer is then going to have to go out with a multi-tool and repair tool and actually repair said relays with like scrap metal or whatever it may be, or replace them with like new relays. So the biggest question I have here is like the hammerhead has what, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 relays, roughly, give or take. So my question is this, are you going to have to carry like 60 or 100 relays in storage? Are you going to be able to repair relays, or are they just going to be a case of throw away and maybe just replace them? But either way, I think it's going to add gameplay loops.
Yeah.
I think for the time being, what they're going to do just to have the gameplay loop in, it's basically going to be the relay gets damaged or destroyed, and the engineer runs over with a Great Cat repair tool and repairs it.
Yeah.
And it's to back up, and it's basically going to be version 1, same with what we have with the mining and the bounty hunting and cargo. I mean,
Tier 0, Tier 1, Tier 2 sort of thing, yeah.
Right. So, if you're on, say, for example, a hammerhead, and you get into this huge fight, and you start having your shields failing, I'm sure you're probably gonna start taking on some internal damage. And your engineer is probably gonna have a freaking a backlog of all kinds of things he has to repair before everybody dies.
Well, it's not just that, but he's also going to have to give priority to certain things as well too. Like for example, like if you're having shields failing because someone's gone through and blown out the relays on near the shield generator, then obviously they're going to be something that needs to be fixed. Pronto, and we're just talking about shield generators actually. In the video up the top, on the top, near the top back right of the turret, you can see something that's SG, which I'm guessing is shield generator. So, they're fully factoring all this into the game, to be honest. And I would expect Tier 0 to be very much like you say. You go out, you rip out a relay, you replace it, maybe repair it with a repair tool, whatever it may be. But, like there, up the top there, for the people playing at home, there's a shield generator up there. So, they've definitely factored shield generators and stuff in. So if you were to blow that relay and that relay, your shield generator would go down and you would lose shields. So it's definitely something that, it's definitely a possibility. But I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously, this will be something that's in the future. It also makes me wonder if things like the battery, for example, if you can replace the battery with a different size. Or is the battery going to be something that will wear out and that you need to replace the battery after so many times or so many months? Because, it's just like normal batteries, they die, or are these going to be special batteries in the future that seemingly last forever? This could get into, the sort of cost of maintaining a ship as well. Because, like this Hammerhead, has 38 relays, a shield generator, two power plants, a couple of lights, are you going to have to go through and replace the battery? The battery might cost you $100,000. Also, is there going to be a case of, if your relays blow near the battery, are they going to send a surge to the battery and damage the battery as well? So it lasts a little longer, or lasts a little less, sorry. So there's a whole bunch of gameplay mechanics they can add to this, really. But I'm excited for it. But like I said, this stuff looks like it's in the near future. I wouldn't expect this anytime soon. But I don't know. Apart from that, guys, anything else you want to add, or?
I do want to say a few things.
Yeah, sure.
One thing is we have found out that on November 6th we are getting a trailer for the IAE.
Yes. Yeah, 6 days from now. 7 days from May, yeah.
Was there a trailer for the one last year, since that was before my time?
I believe so, yes.
And also, another thing is we also got 3 sneak peek of pictures at some very unnoticeable ships coming at the event.
So this is it says tomorrow's mod. Hang on, let me put this up on the screen for people. I should probably talk about this
picture.
Yeah, I've got it up. Right, so
a picture of pictures, right?
So okay, so the tweet they sent out was tomorrow's mood. And so this was actually done yesterday, right? Obviously him going through and doing the potatoes, that was obviously with him, like doing that with the like the spoofing of the Martian in the show, right? So that bottom picture that's what that is. What do you think the other 3 images were?
Could you send me a picture of that? Oh wait, no, I sent that to you. Sorry.
Yeah, you sent that to me. Yeah. So maybe the second one is I'll send this to John as well. Maybe the second one is Halloween.
The top right is Wilson from that one movie. I forgot what it's called. Castaway. And what that represented was disco. Was Count a Disco with his Pico.
Yeah.
That he made with the volleyball and the team.
Oh, right. Okay. What about the first one? The first one is.
I have no idea.
All right. Was that what you were talking about with the image, with the sneak peek, or no, you were talking about the other thing.
Yeah, the ship of sneak peeks.
Yeah. You want to resend that to me again, and we'll put that up on the screen. Did you post that on?
I sent it to you.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Copy the link.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a bit weird, because these pictures are like Japanese anime. You have to read them off from right to left and not left to right.
Right.
So the picture on the far right,
Mm-hmm.
people are saying that is the gunboat. And if you will look at it, it kind of looks like it's a big ship.
I think it's actually the Ares.
Mm, no, because look at it. That
Yeah,
is obviously a cockpit of a turret,
could
and
be,
that's a
or it could be the
pretty good big turret right there.
it could be, or it could be the cockpit of the Ares, and the thing that you're seeing next to it is the size 7 gun.
Yeah, but that's the problem. If that were true, then this picture says that the Inferno has the two of them then. Because
That's true.
remember, the gun is on its right hand side and not the left, and this one right here has something on the right and the left.
Yeah, I figured the one on the left might actually just be like the actual hull. But you might
Yeah.
be right. It could be a turret. Yeah, yeah. It could be a gunboat. Yep. Keep going.
So the middle picture is actually of the Mercury Star Runner. It's from the section on the top rear near the engines,
Right.
and the another giveaway is on the pipes. You can't just see it right now, but there's a picture out there
Hmm.
where someone has in in hands the, the quality
Hmm.
on the yellow stickers on the pipes. They say a Crusader,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can sort of see that actually.
and the image on the left is the Nomad.
How do you know it's the Nomad?
Well, we don't know for sure, but that's what people are saying that is the Nomad.
Hmm.
The reason why people are probably jumping to this conclusion, other than because a bunch of people from Star Citizen leaks have told them, but another thing that is probably leading people to believe it is because there are three major ships that are basically going to be taking the spotlight during the event,
Mm-hmm.
which is the gunboat, the Mercury, and the Nomad.
Hmm.
I mean, we already we've already basically have a confirmation due to the leaks that the, the Nomad is going to be there.
Hmm.
We know that the Mercury Star Runner is going to be there, and in some way, shape, or form, it's going to be there as a something,
Hmm.
whether it's going to be a actual physical ship as a actual ship model that you can go in, or is it going to drop on the day that the, the Crusader ships go on sale? We don't know.
Hmm.
Would be a very nice surprise to wake up to, but
Hmm.
we don't know. And the gunboat. The gunboat is the most interesting ship because from its initial leak way back all those months ago, it has had quite a history. Um, Sometime back, it was actually named the Adarsai Odin, and at the time, it only existed as a 3D model.
Mm.
And I guess throughout that point to the point of sometime last week, it has gone through several changes of it being shelved, to it being cancelled, mm, to it being changed back to active development, and now, from what rumors are that are saying, it's actually been completed. The name is no longer the RSI Odin, because they're saying because CIG said that it was already so far in development to give it a proper name, so now it's just being called RSI Gunboat, which kind of sounds
I
lazy.
just need to say to everybody that what he's talking about there is leaks from Star Citizen leaks. Personally, I don't believe
Yeah.
them, but it's a big thing. Firstly, if we're going to talk about leaks from Star Citizen leaks, we need to put out a full disclosure that these are leaks and that not necessarily anything from the official site, because Star Citizen leaks gets a lot wrong. I personally, I don't believe this whole theory that they're just going to call it the RSI gunboat. I think that's, if they do that, that is absolutely asinine and stupid. I bet you find when it gets launched, there is actually a name, and I think Star Citizen Leaks is just talking out of their ass when they say that. But keep going.
Right, and which is what I was going to say after that. Is that it's not like a CIG to not give a ship a name. So the odds the odds are the ship actually does have a name. It's just we don't know what it is, and that's just what it is. We just don't know what it is.
Yeah, they've probably called it in the XML file or whatever it is that they've released, and that Star Citizen Leaks has gone through and found. They've probably just referred to it as, or changed the name as Gunboat, because the fact of the leaks, right? So what they've probably done is that, say they want to call it, for example, say it's supposed to be called Odin, for example, right? They've gone through and they've changed all the names in the file to Gunboat because they don't want the name to be fully released yet. And then when the ship comes out, then they're going to go through the file and just go control find Gunboat and change that to Odin, for example.
Right.
And that's what I think it'll... And that's why I think we have a few issues. Like, for example, when a ship is on a pad, sometimes it'll come up with a name that doesn't necessarily come up with it. Like, it'll say, RSI underscore Crusader or RSI underscore Constellation underscore Aquila. The reason why is because I think they go through and they change the name so that it doesn't come out ahead of time. They don't want it to be leaked.
Right.
But the thing is that Star Citizen Leaks has gone through and obviously found that this has just been referred to as Gunboat, and they're jumping to the conclusion that it's called they're going to call it Gunboat. Personally, I think if CIG did that, I'd be so fucking disappointed. I really, really would. It sounds so absolute asinine just to call a boat Gunboat, and the excuse of, we're not going to go giving it a name because it's in development. To me, sounds completely stupid and bullshit. But yeah.
And that's about it. Yeah.
Obviously, I have a history with Star Citizen Leaks, so I could be wrong, but yeah.
When is the event starting?
16th, 14th, 16th, I think.
The 20th to the 2nd.
20th, is it? Alright, yep.
20th to the 2nd, I believe. That's a Friday.
Makes sense.
If I'm not working, the following day after that, I might live stream it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, this
depends on
save the date.
work.
So it's 21 days, 2 hours and 26 minutes at the time of this. And yeah, it doesn't actually, just says 21 days, which is 20th. Yeah, 20th. So yeah. All right. Apart from that,
Interesting.
sorry.
It ought to be. It ought to be interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it says up the top, November 2nd to December 2nd. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to buy a Valkyrie, but
I'm getting me a Polaris.
what about you, John? You buying anything, or was just saving it for this year, next year?
I'm probably going to what I'm probably end up doing is I'm gonna end up melting my Carrack, right, for the CCU money.
Yep.
Then I'm going to go buy a Polaris with that CCU money. Then I'm gonna melt that. Then I'm gonna try to do a Hull E.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
a Hull C. Because I mean, like, the thing is like I want to be able to make a fuckload of money, right?
Mm.
And the Hull E just seems like the best, like one of the better ways to do just that.
Just remember, with the Hull E, you're not going to be able to land on islands and on planets and stuff.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's going to be relying on ship docking and station docking, which, you know, obviously we have heard about in the future. So they are planning on releasing that sooner rather than later. They've got like a working model and everything now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So,
well, my thing is like how, like, is it gonna be, coming out around the same time as the Hull C, or is it?
They might put them out all together if they need station docking, and it's all been like, for example, if the Hull C gets delayed because of the Hull E. If the Hull E and Hull C both need station docking, which they do, and the Hull C gets delayed because station docking's not out, and then they've done the Hull E as well, they might put them out together. But yeah, but we've seen the Hull. Sorry, I was going to say we've seen the Hull C in an image, so we know that the vast majority of it has to be at least done.
Yeah, and I mean, how much different is the Hull E from the Hull C? I can't imagine it's
not a lot.
that different.
No, it's
to
mostly,
where it's just like,
yeah, it's mostly just the fact it's just scaled up, really.
yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, we should probably leave it there unless anyone else has anything else to add. No?
Kraken win.
Kraken. Yeah. We might see the Kraken at the expo. Maybe they'll have a holo viewer of it, something. Maybe. I'm not quite sure.
According to quote unquote Star Citizen leaks, there might be a exterior model of it sitting out somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mean like what they did with the Aegis last year?
And what they did with Kraken, a few years ago?
Yeah, the Kraken was sitting on the exterior model was actually sitting on one of the pads over at Hurston. So back, I think 2 years ago it was. So we have seen it in game.
But what they are saying is that this model is going to be with the updated exterior model. Like it's up and updated with updated graphics, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. We'll find out, I suppose. Alright guys, apart from that, obviously if you like this video, smack like on it. Obviously if you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. Big shout out to Fez and to John for obviously jumping in and helping make this video. Thanks guys, I appreciate you. And apart from that guys, obviously Fez, you can follow him on his Twitch channel. John, he's in the Discord, so just feel free to chat to him there. You don't do streaming or anything, do you, John?
No, not yet.
No, soon in the future.
But in the future, I don't know when.
But apart from that, guys, obviously, if you want to talk to any of these guys, they are in the Discord, so feel free to jump into that. Or, like I say, if you want to go know Fez on live stream, I believe he responds to Idris more than anything. Apart from that, guys.
Kraken. Sometimes it's Kraken.
Or Kraken. All right, there's the code word for you, Kraken. Apart from that, guys, thanks everybody, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night and enjoy yourselves.
That's a safe word.
Kraken is the safe word. All right, just tell me, but you got to point where on the teddy where the Kraken touched you, okay?